Yo, what's going on, folks? It's K-Spade the Prospect, back today with a brand new episode of It's All About the U. Folks, look, this is a great time of the year if you are a fan of this series or even my UNLV series. It's kind of dry in gaming, so I'm going to ramp it up. You know what? I ain't even going to talk it. I'm going to let y'all see it. Anyway, folks, once upon a time, I called this my Miami Hurricane rebuild. But you can't call it that anymore, man. We rebuilt, we came, we saw, we conquered, and we running it over here in the collegiate ranks. And I'll meet y'all at the coin toss. So folks, finally we get a beautiful weather day for a game. I mean, we get a lot of rain down here in South Florida. Today, the Yellow Jackets get a chance to come to town and get their tails beat in the sun, right? That's what I feel like. Let's get to the field. First drive of the game. Let's see how Miami comes out and set the tone. Play action pass, throwing a strike to the true freshman at tight end, Scott Jackson, who couldn't hold on to it. I mean, it would have been a hell of a catch if he had held on to it, but we ain't mad at him for dropping it. We come right back on third down, go back to Scott Jackson. That's a 7-yard pickup. Hey, look, Sebastian is over there bowing to the refs for that favorable spot. It didn't really look like he got the first to me, but we're not going to argue with the ref. John Rice comes back right here, make a tough catch to put him in a 2nd and short situation. Of course, you turn around, you hand the ball off to your Heisman candidate. That's what you got in Mark Walton. You easily get the first. They come back on 2nd and long, throw a strike to John Rice, touchdown Miami. Look, if John Rice get a step on you, and if Horn actually has the arm to put it out there, it's OV. Tech's offense takes the field led by its senior running back, Taquan Marshall. This is a name that you also hear buzzing around conversation of people playing on Sundays, which is crazy. Because the thing about Georgia Tech's offense, a lot of people look at it as a tricky, oh my God, is he all right? Taquan, you good? Like, this is a tricky offense, and a lot of people don't consider these guys to be the great running backs. They kind of attribute a lot of their success to the offense. But Taquan is showing you, once he gets in the open field, you got to respect his speed and his field vision. Picks up a big-time gain right here, and with that 39-yard pickup, he breaks the school single-season rushing record. So, hey, man, I know this team has seen a lot of running backs come through here. We all know Jonathan Dwyer went and played in the NFL on Sundays, but Taquan Marshall is something different. Beautiful play right here. Anthony Frank gets in the end zone, 6-yard scamper. The boy was dipping and diving and dodging. There wasn't even nobody over there trying to tackle him. But he gets in the end zone, ties this game up at 7 apiece, and the Miami offense takes the field to respond. They come back, check it all the way down to the fullback, Pat Johnson, who picks up a handful of yards. I don't know, 3 or 4 yards. They come right back, give it to Walton. I like watching this kid run the football. Even on that 5-yard gain, you can see how shifty he is, and he fumbles on the very next play. And Scott Jackson is right there for the recovery. I'm trying to get this kid a compliment, and he comes out and he fumbles the football. 1st and 10 for Horn. Throws the strike right down the seams. Beautiful pass over to the receiver, Martin Moore. 25 yards on the pickup. 1st and 10 Miami. Horn drops back. That's a beautiful blitz. I don't know if you guys saw it, but 5-5 shot the gap. Nobody picked him up. It's a big loss of yardage. And on 3rd down, they go right back to the tight end. I'm going to tell you something about this Miami offense. We've seen quite a few tight ends come through here and look amazing. This offense, if you a tight end coming out of high school, this offense is begging for you, fam. You want to play on Sundays, you go to Miami. Few plays later, Dominic Lee gets in the end zone with a 1-yard scamper. Easy peasy. That's a hell of a drive right there. 14-7 is the score. Folks, this game looked like it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I usually don't see Georgia Tech have this type of success against Miami running this option. Now, up until this point, it's been gashing Miami. Right here, we finally see them approach it differently. They're taking the strong safety, Jaquan Johnson. They're lining him up right ahead of the center, and he's kind of watching the motion play. So whenever somebody moves in motion, Jaquan goes their way. We see right here, we get a Jaquan Johnson camera. He's flying to the football in the backfield. Couldn't make the tackle, but definitely slowed the running back down. 3rd and short, they try it again. This time Jaquan is there to snatch Taquan Marshall down before he can get that first down. Special teams punts it off. Miami offense back on the field. Horn trying to take another shot. He targets Rice, throws it down the field, doesn't quite have enough arm on it. Throws the INT. You're going to allow the Tech offense to get back on the field. Pretty good field position just outside of midfield, and they come back trying to run that offense. Now look, I kind of feel like at this point Miami feels like they got the right approach to it. You can see what they're doing. They definitely playing for Marshall, not the quarterback, and right here it works out into Georgia Tech's advantage. Frank picks up the first down the hard way, if I don't say so myself. You really don't want your QB taking these hits. Even though I'm sure he's a tough kid and he thinks he can take these hits, you don't want him taking these hits the whole game. You see what I'm saying? You don't want him taking these hits. Beautiful. So you can see right there, Jaquan Johnson played the running back, and you had a backer to come in and completely decleat Frank on the play. 3rd down, Frank, I'm not sure what that was. It looked like he wanted to drop back. I'm not sure if it was a communication error, but the running backs was right there. He couldn't back up. At any rate, Tech settles for 3. Miami back on the field, taking another shot down the field, this time for Martin Moore. Trying to high point it. I don't understand why they're doing this, but I guess they see something they want to take advantage of. 2nd and 10, they come back, they're going to do it again. This time you got Moore on the seams, wide open, Miami touchdown. Miami clearly sees something in this Georgia Tech secondary that they feel like they can exploit. And so far, they're really having a great deal of success throwing the football. Right here, nobody was around Moore. Beautiful pass. He was able to catch it in stride, and once you let a receiver that fast catch a pass in stride, you really can stop running. I don't know why all those Yellow Jackets still running. You're not going to catch them. So at the end of the first half, you got a 21-10 Miami game. Miami is favored to win this game anyway, but usually, Tech comes out and fights with them. You can see Miami, the surprising stat right here is only 25 yards rushing on the ground. If I know Mark Richt like I know him, in the second half, they're going to look to get more yards on the ground. Frank taking a beating. You don't want your quarterback to take these kinds of hits, fam. You don't want your quarterback taking a beating. And right now, Anthony Frank is taking a beating. 3rd and 12 for Tech. Frank drops back, throws a beautiful pass. I like what they did right there. 1st and 10 Tech. That's a great call. Paul Johnson sends Marshall on a route knowing he's being guarded by a backer, and there's no backer in college football that can run with Marshall stride for stride. It just won't work. They go right back to the option, though. It's been good to him, I guess. Picks up 11 yards on the play again. I don't think you want your quarterback taking these hits. I don't know if you guys saw it. Frank took another big hit right there. Kind of slow getting up. Miami is teeing off on Frank, and I love it. That's the way you slow up the option. You hit him every play. You hit him every play, but look at Frank. Frank showing some toughness right here. Shedding 2 tackles, getting 9 yards on the play, getting him inside the 5 for the 1st and goal, and on the very next play, he gets him into the end zone. 2-yard TD run. Anthony Frank is a tough kid. He's showing you right here. Miami's giving him their best shot, and the kid keeps getting up. This is going to be a hell of a game. I can already tell. 21-17 is your score here in the 3rd quarter, where Miami's offense comes back on the field, looking to put a little bit more space in between themselves and the Jackets. They go back to the run. I expected them to do this, and they're doing it. Walton, 11 yards outside. 1st and 10. They go back to Walton again, straight up the gut. And this kid right here plays so physical. So when you see him running in between the tackles, he loves that. He's physical enough to run in between the tackles. He's got the speed to run outside. And sometimes you get lucky enough to see both. You'll see him hit the gap and then bounce outside and cut on the Jets. We've seen him do it all season. Right outside the red zone. Horn drops back the pass, throws a quick strike to Lawrence Cage, a beautiful catch in traffic, 17-yard pickup. Miami's back inside the 5. They're probably not going to be stopped. Dominique Leak gets on the field, gets in the end zone. Miami scores again. This boy Leak will come on the field in the red zone. He's got a nose for the end zone. So far, it hasn't caused the issue with Walton. I don't know how Walton is going to feel about it. Tech still got some fight in them, y'all. They still got some fight. Anthony Sanchez, the fullback on this team, with a huge gain of yardage. That puts him around 70-plus yards rushing so far on the day. Frank is having a great day as well. And, of course, Marshall is having a big day. So Tech is having some success, but I don't think you want your quarterback taking those kinds of hits. I just don't think that's what you want. 2nd down, play action pass, quick read over to Marshall. Marshall's going to get the first and more before being thrown out of bounds. Hey, man, Tech is fighting. This is what I expected, though. Tech is fighting. Fourth quarter action now. Frank with a quick read across the middle. Orange jerseys everywhere. Beautiful catch. It's not going to be enough for the first, so you put the Jackets in a 3rd and 5 situation. Frank drops back the pass. I don't know if he felt pressure or what. He threw it out the back of the end zone. The kid didn't want to give up a sack there. I respect that. Wish Matt Ryan would have done it in the Super Bowl. 4th down, they go for it. They hit their playmaker, Marshall. He just can't get in the end zone. They turn it over. 6 minutes left in the game. You know what to expect. Rick wants to run this football, chew this clock. If he has it his way, he probably want to march all the way down the field, and he wants to take 6 minutes doing so. Like, that's what he wants to do. They come back, they're running the ball. It's a fumble. That's Walton's 2nd fumble. What is going on with Mark Walton? That's just a big-time hit. That's a great play. Hey, the Yellow Jackets are not laying down. We still got a game out here, folks. We still got a game. More trickeration in the triple option. Beautiful play, man. Beautiful play. When this offense is working, it's really nice. Like, it's nice. I got to give them their props. It's pretty nice. I don't know if you want your quarterback taking these hits, though. Frank takes another big-time hit. Scott Patchen comes up and lowers the boom. 3rd and short. Frank trying to get outside. He ain't going to make it. That's Jr. over there. Ray Lewis Jr. comes up, makes the play. 4th and inches. Tech's going for it. Frank keeps it. Takes a hit at the end of that play. Marshall fights forward, gets in the end zone. Tech is here, folks. Tech is here, and they ain't going anywhere. This is crazy. I expected a good game, but Tech is really impressing me. We got a 3-point game with 3 minutes on the clock, and I know Miami wants to keep it on the ground. I just don't know if they're going to have the success that they want to have. Let's see. 3rd and short. They give it to Walton. He's got some green. Gets a great block outside from Clark. Picks up 20-plus yards on the play. Paul Johnson looks frustrated. I'm sure he is. His offense has fought to get back in this game. The defense, they need to stop. They need him to stop these guys and this running back, who is a Heisman candidate. I don't know if they got enough. They put Miami in a 3rd and long situation. They go back to the air. It looks like the air is easy money for Miami. Scott Jackson is having a tremendous day. This is a true freshman, y'all. Just a year ago, this kid was in high school trying to sit at the table with the cool kids, and now he is out here gashing up Georgia Tech secondary. Beautiful drive. Mark Walton over 100 yards on the day, 30 carries. The man is definitely getting the touches, and with 10 seconds on the clock, look at Walton breaking one tackle, shedding another one, falling in the end zone, and that's how you come out here and defend your house. Beautiful drive. Beautiful game. I got to take my hat off to Georgia Tech, though. These guys definitely fought. They never laid down. But Miami was just the better team today. Just the better team. And I honestly feel like if Miami wanted to, they could have passed the ball more and they could have had even more yards through the air because Tech's secondary looks charming soft. But anyway, folks, that is all I got for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, drop that like. If you're new and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I'm out the next time, folks. Peace.